Okay.
Okay. Are all females attracted to men? We don't have to say all, but are most females attracted to men primarily for money? Is that buried somewhere into the deeper unconscious mind of a woman because of this instinctual need for security and support and all that?
I think maybe because, as you say, like unconsciousness or like from before, the man was the guy that go hunting, like protects the family. So in a way, it's like we kind of like go behind the wing. That
Yeah,
makes sense. Like
yeah,
so we feel protect and like feel the man can support for the family if there's a family. But in my case, I don't look in a man money, but it also makes me feel secure in a way if the man has money,
yeah.
so he can provide for things.
Mm-hmm.
But I will also like to have my own money
Yeah.
to make my own project, my own life project, and like to be self.
Sufficient.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I know there's women that are only behind men because of money, or they have children of the men
Yeah.
just for the money.
Yeah.
But it's like there's everything in this world. So you'll find women like that. You'll find women that is not interested. So
I had a girlfriend, and she was tuned on this money thing. When she was with me, that kind of started to dissipate a little bit. She it was enjoying the energy more than the whole monetary
mm-hmm.
situation. But peer pressure from other girls. I remember one girl told her, she says, "Why don't you? He doesn't buy anything for you, or whatever." At that, and then my girlfriend responded, "Good." She's like, "Wait a minute. I've been with guys like that. I've been with guys who buy everything, do all that, but then they feel like they own you. You
Mm.
see?" And she told me the conversation after. I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was like surprised she stood up for me, so to speak. But then later, this instinct came back,
Mm.
and for whatever reason, she identified again with this need for money and started becoming frustrated about that, which then in return made me want to give her even less. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the dynamic. Okay, so here's a good question. You you you're with a guy. You enjoy his chemistry. Doesn't have much money. He can do for you once in a he does the best he can do. You meet another guy. Universe is making stuff creative. Sends you another guy. You also enjoy the chemistry. Almost as good. Let's say you enjoy the chemistry with the first guy a little better.
Mm-hmm.
You meet the other guy. Chemistry is almost as good. Almost. But he has a lot of money. If you say, "Hey, I want to travel to wherever," he's like, "Yeah, let's go." He's got it. Breaks out his American Express card. You're gone. Buys you stuff like whatever. What are you gonna do? Are you you see? What would you do?
I'll send pictures from Paris to the first guy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you would.
No, I think chemistry is more important.
Yeah,
That's like feeling completely myself with the other self.
totally.
I think that's the best.
Yeah. No, it is, man. That's what I mean. That's why a healthy, balanced person is going to answer that way. So I'm telling you guys, if you meet somebody and they don't, so you have the answers now. This is so you can save these videos. These are the answers, and so you can copy these questions down and ask the girl you're with and see what they say. And if the answers don't match, then you tell them bye. This is how you do it. You have the protocol. You have the you have it. So that's what it is. Um, I mean, I already know this answer, and I'm sure they do too, based on the quality of your energy when you speak. But the question is she more superficial oriented, or is she more depth when dating?
Yeah, Jeff.
Surprise, man. Of course. How important, yeah, how important, though, is money, though, when you're choosing your mates? I mean, what role does it play? Like what? I mean, you don't want
Okay.
somebody on the street.
Okay, so in my experience, I have had the opportunity to date a very wealthy guy.
Okay.
So I never thought he had a lot of money, but it was the connection. But he had a lot of money, so he invited me to fancy restaurants, to go to the cinema. He bought me flowers, things like that, and it feels like oh. But I wasn't there because of the money.
Yeah.
I did not even know he had money.
Yeah.
And I never asked him to buy me stuff or things like that. It was from his heart.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And it's not like, as I said before, not for the money, but for the connection. And it happens that he had money.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, and I also had the chances to date people without money. And
How was that?
it's still pretty because you still have connection, but it's different. It's not like he's taking you to fancy restaurants, not buying flowers, things like that. But it's like he does things from his heart, like from different ways, and still that's what matters. Like
Yeah.
the intention from the heart. And
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So on superficial level, there may be like something misses that a little bit. It can be normal that he can't go to the fancy restaurants and or wherever, but so let's say that's the so-called positive of being with a rich person, but oh yeah, but the positive of being with somebody without money is somehow there's something special when money's taken out of the whole equation. Right? Because then you're really forced to see like what kind of connections there. And so then
yeah.
it can be more meaningful on a deeper level. Because I mean, I've had people give me money and do things, and it feels nice, but it's different than like. So somebody they give me $1,000 or whatever, versus there was a girl I was with, and for my birthday she bought this like coloring book, and she colored the characters and then wrote little captions. Like it was like me and her is what she did. See, that has a different feel to it. Yeah. So that's what you're saying on
Yeah,
some
it's
level.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on prostitution?
Well, I don't know. I heard from prostitutes that they do it because they enjoy it, and also because they need the money. But I don't think that's like the greatest job in the world, because I don't know if they are aware of the energy they are exchanging
Yeah.
and know what they're like taking for themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't agree. I mean, if they enjoy it and they do it because they like it, okay,
Yeah.
great. I mean, it's their life. They have to.
Yeah.
They do what they want, right? But in my personal case, I will never do that. No.
Yep, I can't add. That's exactly how I see it. Because I was in Thailand, and a lot of girls, they're not on drugs. They just like it. They like the sex, they like the attention, and they like the money. So
Perfect job for them.
it totally is. Because I would interview them. Because I want to know like where are you at? I want to feel. And that's what and yeah. So you do that until you somehow outgrow it. Fortunately, yeah, you don't even need to do it to know that. But at some point, yeah, they'll realize like this isn't. Yeah,
That's not the path.
it's not the path, man. Do females, in general, this is similar to the other question, truly love a man unconditionally, or is a big part of the feeling of love for utilities? Now we can broaden this beyond money. Utilities, like it comes from a deep. A lot of women have this insecure because they're a woman. It's not the same a man. A man can make it in the world better and easier than a woman. There's a belief about that. I argue that because a woman she has her own power and can even do better than a guy if she owns that power, and so. But can you relate to that? Like, how much is that love maybe intertwined with like he can provide me for some security, not just superficial money, but just secure, like he's, you know, how much of love is tied into that?
Well, it's a lot of love. Like if you love the guy like deeply, you don't care about anything. I mean, you could live like in a 4x4 house, but you are with the person you deeply love, and like together doing like a team, you can grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, like love. And doesn't really matter, like both of us could work to make the life of our dreams. If we have each other and there's like deep connection, deep love, why not?
Yeah.
Who can stop us?
Yeah. Agreed. Do you agree that a good man, I think this applies more if you have children, do you agree that a good man should have a certain degree of authority over you? If he has the responsibility of, like, you have kids, you're taking care of the kids, he's like making the money to pay the rent, to supply the house for you, all this stuff. Do you agree, like, let's give an example though, a certain degree of authority, meaning like he runs the shots, like if he's like, come on, next week we're gonna move to this other city, and then you may say, well, can we think of, no, we're moving.
No.
No.
Because if we're a team, we're a couple, and we love and respect each other, we should take into account what the other person thinks.
Yeah.
To like make all of us happy.
Yeah.
And not like, okay, whatever, yes man, no. I don't think that's the way.
Yeah.
Especially I come from a family where my father has the power and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't see it. Like, I wouldn't want that in my life.
Yeah, that's different because in Latin America this is normal.
Yeah.
You know, but somehow you didn't get conditioned with that.
No.
How? Why? Just grace, God? Or?
I don't know. Like, I've seen it and I don't like it, and I
Yeah.
don't know I want that for my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask permission to go to Cuenca. I don't want to ask permission. Well, maybe I can go visit my family today, man. Please.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know I don't want that, and I think that's not the answer. I mean, we are equal, right?
Yeah.
We should share. Like,
Why do you think some women, I mean obviously it's insecurity and stuff, but can you put yourself in them? Like why do some just they're scared to leave?
well, scared to leave the man, you said?
Yeah, like and the man can be controlling and do this, do that. Okay. All they got to do is leave, but they don't. They're going to compromise themselves and let this person control them, and it doesn't feel good. But yet, they somehow, it's more scary if they just leave. They want to deal with this. Why?
I think it's a lack of self-love. Like, I don't love myself enough to trust in myself that I can go and that I can live without this person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like also it's like your comfort zone. You know this. Who knows what will happen out there? But especially lack of self-love, like not trusting enough in yourself that you can do it. You can go away from that environment. So you can do it.
Yes. All right, guys, we're done. We did it. I hope you leave. You can leave her any questions, also comments in the channel, and I'll make sure she sees them. And yeah, I enjoyed making this. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And thanks. I'm sorry for the English. It's not my first language. So yeah, that.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Have a nice day.
See you.